Hey craft lovers, my name is Raina. I work for the Western Sullivan Public Library, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make 3 different designs for some decorative eggs. We're going to be doing we're going to do a burlap egg, a painted egg, and a decoupage egg. For the burlap egg, I have cut out 2 pieces of 5.5 by 6 inch pieces of burlap. You're also going to need scissors. You're going to need some ribbon. I'm going to use this pretty yellow. And you're going to need hot glue. For the painted egg, you're going to need some white paint and a marker of any color that you desire. And then for the decoupage egg, you're going to need a decorative napkin, or you can do magazine cutout, whatever you like, but I'm using a decorative napkin today. And you're going to need some Mod Podge for that and a brush. And you're also going to need a different brush for your painted egg. And I think that is it. Let's get started. Also, I forgot to mention, I took a toilet paper roll. I cut 3 little pieces off of it, and I made them as little egg holders for now so that they're not rolling around while they're drying. I suggest you find something like that, otherwise it's going to be a complete mess. So first I'm going to do the painted egg to start. And you just want to make sure that you're painting it on evenly. I'm going to do half of the egg and then I'm going to set it down to dry. This will just be easier so there's no mistakes or marks on it. Now while that dries, I'm going to go and start one of my other eggs. I'm going to get my decoupage egg ready. So I have 2 napkins here. I think I'm going to do this one. This is a leftover from our lantern, our luminary mason jars. So I'm taking off the top layer. Okay. And I'm going to cut out what design I want on my egg. So I'm just going to cut out where I want it. First I'm going to wrap the egg to give an idea of the area that I need. Okay. Then I can go ahead and cut. So I'm just going to cut out these leaves right here, because if I just try to put the whole thing on there, I think I'm gonna end up with a lot of wrinkles and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna cut that out as best as I can. Okay, so now I'm going to do the Mod Podge one. We're just going to cover one side of this. Or we're going to just cover one small spot on this. And then I'm going to apply the napkin. And then I'm going to start slightly putting more Mod Podge on. Okay, so that's what I have so far. I'm going to let that part dry and see if I want to add anything to it, but it looks pretty good right now. Okay, and while that's drying, I'm going to take my white egg that I have here, I'm going to flip it over and paint the other side. Making sure that I completely cover it, just like the other side. And then when I think it's done, just set it back in its holder. Now we're waiting for both those to dry. We're going to do our burlap one. So we're going to take our hot glue and we're just going to put hot glue right in the center here. And then we're going to press it down onto the burlap. And then we're just going to fold it over and hot glue that on the other side. And then we're going to cut a bit of the bottom off, kind of give us a better idea of how much space we have. I'm going to cut 3 slits, and I'm going to cut the extra off the side. Okay. Now, I'm going to kind of make it like a triangle look on all of these slits. Okay, it should look like that. We're going to take our hot glue and we're just going to, oops, lost my glue stick. We're just going to put a little dab on the inside, on the side of each triangle. We're just going to hold that down. Do the same thing with the other sides. Hold that down. And hold that down. Now I see that I have this like little piece poking out. I'm gonna hot glue that side in. Then I'm gonna hot glue these pieces down as well. I'm just going to start to hot glue the triangles in so we get rid of those spaces. And any extra that we have at the bottom, we're just going to cut off. Now I'm going to cut from here. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to make almost like a cone shape. And now I'm going to hot glue right in the center there. Right here, right at the top. I'm going to press the burlap to meet in the center. Now I'm going to just make a cut right down the middle of this, right like that. Now I'm going to kind of flatten this part out right where I made that cut. I'm going to pinch the sides. I'm going to fold it in towards where we started. And then I'm going to hot glue right in those folds. Those look like some bunny ears to me. So we're going to shape them to look more like bunny ears. Okay, so that's the burlap base. I know there's a lot of steps to that. Now I'm going to just put some burlap over top of these like rough spots because it's not looking so great there. So I have this piece here that I'm just going to reuse. Hopefully that'll help with the problem. Okay, so that's that. This is what I did for the back. And I even had a little bit extra. I made a little feet at the bottom there. So we're going to take some ribbon now. We're just going to tie a little bow up at the top. So I'm taking my ribbon and I'm going to just make a little dog glue in the back of, right behind the ears, right at the top there. And I'm going to set the middle of my ribbon right there. That way it stays when I bring it to the front. And there's the little bunny burlap egg. It's definitely a lot more steps than the others. There's that one. Put him in his little spot. Now I want to go back to the Mod Podge. One, I'm going to add a couple more pieces of napkin with some different designs. So let's see, I want that flower. Okay, so I just cut out this pretty little flower here. I'm going to add it to where there's some blank space on here. So again, I'm taking my Mod Podge. I'm just applying it to the egg first, and then I'm going to put the napkin on top of that. Okay. I'm just going to smooth it out over it. And then I'm going to take more Mod Podge and just go over. All right, and then I'm going to let it dry, put it back in its holder. And that's going to be the finished product for my decoupage. Okay, and now we can get back to our painted one. So I just did white paint, and I'm going to go over it with different designs with just marker, and that's gonna be done. If you want afterwards, you can always put some Mod Podge over it. It'll seal it. But for today, I'm just going to show you guys how to do this. You can do any design, any color you want. Try to find markers that are permanent. And let's see. I'm going to start off with some purple. So there I just made like a pretty simple flower up top, and then I'm going to continue doing designs on the way down with all different colors. It's going to come out really nice. So as you can see, I'm just doing like random designs, and I'm just going to keep going. Okay, now that I've gotten almost like halfway there, I'm going to do like a bigger design in the center, and then I'm going to do that other fun little mixture of designs towards the end again. So I'm going to use a bold, dark color for this. I think I'm just going to go with black. Well, I can't find my black marker, so I'm going to use whatever this color is. Not quite sure. We're going to find out. So I'm going to start with my fine point first, and then alright, now I'm moving on to my next one, my thicker point. Okay, so I did this cool little swirly vine design, and I also added a little bit of yellow, just some little yellow dots, and I'm going to finish the bottom. Okay, so I just did the same design that I did on top, and it actually came out pretty nice. So now I'm done with that. This is the paint and draw one. It's really easy to do with kids. So now we are all finished. You have your burlap bunny rabbit egg. You have your painted hand-drawn egg, and then your decoupage egg. This is how mine turned out once I put the other flower on. You can paint the underneath, wait for that to dry, and then decoupage it. It would probably come out a lot more detail, a lot more defined, a lot more pop to it. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned because I believe next month we might be doing an in-person Craft Lovers. But if we go to in-person, that means I will be on pause for virtual videos. You can always go to www.wsplonline.org to look at all of my Craft Lover videos. I will have them all up there. There's over 30 from all my videos from the past 2 years. So take a look at those and comment on what you like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.